Hi there, this is Babe Stan Macalas. A couple of months ago, I emailed my subscribers at stjosephsite.com, as well as some of the people who bought my ebook, Ready, Aim, Pray, How to Make Your Prayers More Powerful and Effective. And I asked them this: what's your biggest question about prayer? Close to 2,000 people responded, and there was a lot of similarities in the responses that I was able to group them into 12 big questions about prayer. I'm going to give you a rundown of these questions in random order. So this is not according to the number of people who asked the question. There were other questions which were related to these big questions, and I will show them to you later in this video. But for the meantime, I will just give you a rundown of the big questions. First question, how should I pray? The second question was, why are my prayers not answered? Number 3, what should I do when I get distracted while praying? Number 4, are my prayers being heard, or am I just talking to myself? Question number 5, is it okay to pray for small things? Number 6, why do we have to ask God for things when He already knows what we need? Number 7, how can I listen to what God is saying to me? Question number 8, should I pray to saints? Number 9, is praying with others effective? Number 10, is intercessory prayer effective? Question number 11, why does God seem to be silent at times? And big question number 12 are specific questions about the rosary, novenas, and fasting. Now for question number 1, which is, how should I pray? This is such a big question that one can write an entire book about it. There were actually 3 related questions which came out from those who responded to my email. And these questions were, is praying silently as effective as praying with words? Is there a best time or place to pray? How do I pray for someone who is a thorn on my side? For big question number 2, which is, why are my prayers not answered? 2 other related questions which were asked were, should I stop praying for prayers not answered? If I don't get any results after months of praying, what should I do? For big question number 3, what should I do when I get distracted while praying? 2 specific questions which came out were, should I still continue to pray when I cannot concentrate? How can I engage the mind fully in prayer during times of grief and joy? For big question number 4, are my prayers being heard, or am I just talking to myself? The questions which were also asked were, how do I know that my prayers have been heard? How do I feel at ease that my prayers are important enough to be heard? Related to this question is big question number 5, which is it okay to pray for small things? I receive a number of questions asking something like this. Compared to world peace, my prayers are less important, so why would God listen to me? And believe me, some people even asked me this question. Is it okay to ask for an empty spot in a full or busy parking lot? Now on to question number 6, which is, why do we have to ask God for things when He already knows what we need? In a similar vein, there were those who asked, should we not just abandon everything to divine providence? On the other extreme is the question, do we have to be specific in our prayers? Next, big question, question number 7. How can I listen to what God is saying to me? Some people asked, how do I know that the message is from God and not from myself? Others asked, will it take long before I can hear Him? Now on to big question number 8. Should I pray to saints? In addition to this question, a lot of people also asked, shouldn't I just pray directly to God? And can saints hear us when we pray to them? Big question number 9 has something to do with shared prayers. And so people ask, is praying with others effective? Questions related to this were, I'm not comfortable praying with others, so can I just pray alone? And how do I start praying with others? While big question number 9 was about praying with others, question number 10 is about praying for others. So is intercessory prayer effective? A slightly different question that was asked was, how can I be more effective at intercessory prayer? For big question number 11, which is, why does God seem to be silent at times? There was one related question, and that was, what will I do when God seems silent? So one question is why God is silent, and the other was what to do when God seems to be silent. Last but not the least are specific questions about the rosary, novena, and fasting. There is one very specific question about praying the rosary, and that was, when you go to the next set of mysteries, do you have to repeat the 3 Hail Marys and 1 Our Father? In praying a novena, one common question that was asked was whether a novena has to be prayed the same time or the same place always. So if one started the first day of the novena, let's say at 6 in the morning, does it always have to be prayed at 6 in the morning until one has completed the novena? Or if one started praying the novena inside the church, does it have to be prayed at the church always until the novena is finished? When it comes to fasting, there were 3 specific questions that were asked, and one was, does the length of time for fasting matter? Another question was, can I take water while fasting? And the third question was, while fasting, do I spend the time in prayer, taking only short breaks and then going back to praying again? So there you go. Those are the big questions about prayer, and questions require answers. So I will do my best to answer them all in a series of videos which you will have access to if you're interested. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching.